Road conditions were deteriorating Saturday in the central U.S. as a winter storm brought a mix of snow, ice, and plunging temperatures, with forecasts calling for the dreaded combo to spread eastward in the coming days. Winter returned, said Bob Aravik, lead forecaster at the National Weather Service in College Park, Maryland. The polar vortex of ultra-cold air usually stays pinned up around the North Pole, spinning like a top, but sometimes it escapes or stretches down to the US, Europe, or Asia, and that's when large numbers of people experience intense doses of cold. Studies show a fast-warming Arctic gets some of the blame for the increase in polar vortex stretching or wandering. By Saturday evening, widespread heavy snow was likely between central Kansas and Indiana, especially along and north of Interstate 70. Part of the interstate was closed in central Kansas by the afternoon. Total snow and sleet accumulations for parts of Kansas and northern Missouri were predicted to be as high as 14 inches, 35.6 centimeters. The storm was forecast to move then into the Ohio Valley, with severe travel disruptions expected. It will reach the mid-Atlantic states on Sunday into Monday, with a hard freeze even expected as far south as Florida. Severe thunderstorms, with the possibility of tornadoes and hail, were also possible ahead of the storm system's cold front as it crosses the lower Mississippi Valley, the National Weather Service warned. Parts of upstate New York saw 3 feet, 0.9 meters, or more of snow from a lake effect event expected to last until late Sunday afternoon. A fire truck, several tractor trailers, and passenger vehicles overturned west of Salina, Kansas. Rigs also jackknifed and went into ditches, State Highway Patrol Trooper Ben Gardner said. He posted a video showing his boots sliding across the highway blacktop like an ice skating rink. "We are in it now," Gardner said as he drove to the scene of an accident. Online, he begged for prayers and warned that some roadways were nearly impassable. Freezing rain in Wichita, Kansas, sent authorities to multiple crashes in the morning, and police urged drivers to stay home if possible and watch out for emergency vehicles. Governors in neighboring Missouri and nearby Arkansas declared states of emergency. Whiteout conditions threatened to make driving dangerous to impossible, forecasters warned, and heightened the risk of becoming stranded. Please stay off the roads. Crews are seeing too many vehicles out and sliding off, Missouri's Transportation Department said on the social platform X. The Kansas City International Airport temporarily halted flight operations in the afternoon due to ice. Dozens of flights were delayed, including a charter jet transporting the Kansas City Chiefs before the runways reopened. Work will continue overnight to keep the airfield clear, Mayor Quinton Lucas said in a message on X. Stores in Wichita were filled with shoppers stocking up on groceries in advance of the storm, and warming centers opened in churches and libraries. Get where you're going now and stay put. If you must travel, consider packing a bag and staying where you're headed, the Missouri Department of Transportation said in a message on X. The agency warned Friday that a shortage of workers could hamper the ability to clear roads. In Columbus, Ohio, crews treated major roadways with anti-icing liquids. "It will be a major headache," said Tom Kynes, a senior meteorologist with AccuWeather. "The storm not only has the snow threat to it, but the ice threat. Power outages could be significant, particularly south of the Kansas City area," Kynes said. Starting Monday, the eastern two-thirds of the country will experience dangerous, bone-chilling cold and wind chills, forecasters said. Temperatures could be 12 to 25 degrees, 7 to 14 degrees Celsius, below normal as the polar vortex stretches down from the high Arctic. In Chicago on Saturday, temperatures hovered in the teens, -7 to 10 Celsius, and around zero in Minneapolis, -18 C, while dropping to 14 below, -25 C, in International Falls, Minnesota, on the Canadian border. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin declared a state of emergency Friday evening ahead of the storm and encouraged residents to vote early on Saturday ahead of the state's special elections Tuesday in a statement on X. Similar declarations were issued in Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, and multiple cities in central Illinois. This is the real deal, meteorologist John Gordon said at a press conference in Louisville, Kentucky. Officials in Annapolis asked residents to remove vehicles from emergency snow routes. The historic state capitol near the Chesapeake Bay also announced plans to open several garages Sunday for free parking. The National Weather Service predicted 8 to 12 inches, about 20 to 30 centimeters, of snow for the Annapolis area, with temperatures remaining below freezing throughout the weekend. In Baltimore, an extreme weather alert was issued instructing agencies to provide shelter and assistance for those in need. City officials said wind chills were expected to dip to 13 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 10.56 degrees Celsius, overnight Saturday and remain in the teens through Tuesday. In Louisiana, crews were racing to find a manatee that was spotted in Lake Pontchartrain before the cold temperatures hit. The manatee was first seen New Year's Eve in the Mandeville area. While manatees are common in the area during the summer, winter sightings are a concern since they can begin to experience cold stress symptoms when the temperature falls below 68 degrees, 20 Celsius. "We are doing everything we can to get our hands on this animal," said Gabriella Harlemert, stranding and rehab coordinator for Audubon Aquarium Rescue in New Orleans. Local businesses, city and state government offices, and school buildings are closed Monday as the heavy snowstorm sweeping across the country blankets Kansas City in deep snow. Shawnee Mission, Raymore Peculiar, and Kansas City Public Schools will not open doors to students for at least the first day of the school week, alongside dozens of other districts. The University of Missouri, Kansas City is operating remotely on Monday. Evergy had restored power to most who lost it, but just over 1,000 customers lacked electricity as of 7:34 p.m. Sunday. At that same point, Independence Power and Light reported that it had restored power to the 5 customers who had lost it during an earlier outage, and the Kansas City Board of Public Utilities reported no customers without power, though some had lost it earlier in the day. Roads across Kansas City were covered in snow on Sunday, with slowdowns and collisions reported due to poor driving conditions. You can check the status of roads in Missouri using the Missouri Department of Transportation's road conditions map here, and in Kansas using the CanDrive map here. We have several hundred trucks out on the streets, up to 300, that are addressing issues right now, Kansas City Mayor Quinton Lucas said at a Sunday press conference. This will be an operation that we expect to continue for several days. Lucas says a few dozen people are stranded at Kansas City International Airport, so the city is keeping restaurants open to make sure people who are at KCI Airport have something to eat, something to drink, and certainly have as hospitable stay in Kansas City as they can, given the circumstances. The latest National Weather Service forecast doesn't show additional snow this week, but with temperatures below 30 degrees persisting until Friday, accumulated snow drifts are likely to linger. Wind gusts of at least 3 miles per hour and up to 18 miles per hour are expected through Tuesday evening. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly ordered state offices in Topeka to be closed Monday. Kansas City Hall is also closed Monday and Tuesday, and the municipal court will hold hearings virtually. City Manager Brian Platt said trash and recycling are canceled Monday and Tuesday, so those who regularly get pickup those days will not have garbage retrieved until next week. He said additional days this week could be canceled, as well. When temperatures get into single digits, it's unsafe for our workers to be out there, Platt said. We don't want to put our own employees at risk. Ride KC suspended its Freedom and Iris services Sunday due to poor road conditions. All Kansas City Area Transportation Authority buses are open to be used as warming shelters, and brick and mortar warming centers across the city have opened due to low temperatures. The Kansas City streetcar, which ceased operations due to deteriorating weather conditions and limited visibility earlier Sunday morning, resumed operation as of 8:45 a.m. Sunday.